Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to come on here real quick to just shed some light on some things, and that has to do with um, being bold for Christ. It has to do with being willing to be used by Him, being willing to um, express your faith to others, being willing to correct, to encourage, to exhort by any means necessary. You know, as the children of God, we are led by the Spirit of God. So when God gives you an unction to speak to somebody, to preach to them, to teach them, to correct them, you must do it because one is for the kingdom, one is for Christ, and the other thing is it's for the saving of their souls. You have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to be hated. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable for the name of Christ. And not everybody's willing to do that. It's not easy. At the same time, this is how us as believers work the work of the Lord, work the work of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, continue to continue in the ministry, his ministry of reconciliation. Okay? I discussed this in my last video about, you know, um, just having the mindset of Christ and um, in all things looking to glorify his name, looking to spread light, shed light on everything. All right. So basically, the point that I want to get to is the fact that in many things, um, this walk of Christ is not easy. It's not easy because I think in the book of Isaiah it talks about how don't be afraid of their faces, don't be afraid of what people say about you and things like that. Because as a prophet, even even if you're not a called prophet or an ordained prophet or whatever the case is, you're still a believer. So you must speak the things that God tells you to speak. You are his mouthpiece. You are his vessel that he's using to shed light in this dark world. So even if you're not a prophet, you as a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ of Nazareth must still speak and exhort your brethren, your sister, your neighbor, loving your neighbor as yourself. And how can you love your neighbor if you see him doing wrong, but then you don't correct him? How can you love your neighbor if you know the truth and don't share the truth with him, with her? Loving somebody is telling them the truth. Loving somebody is not stroking somebody's ego and trying to make them feel good about their sin or whatever they're doing wrong. Loving somebody is telling them the God honest truth. Okay? Um, and I want to come from it was a scripture that I read today. I think it was from Proverbs 10:7. And I don't even know if I have Proverbs in this book. I don't even think it starts with Proverbs. I think it's in my other Bible. Okay, give me 1 second because I have to come out of here and look up the scripture. Okay, so I'm back. Um, I'm coming from Proverbs 10:7, I believe, and it says, "The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot." Okay, so in short, this means that as a believer, as a person of God, the Most High God, as a follower of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, we spread light, we shed light, we help people, we seek to show love to people, we seek to spread the word, spread the gospel, to help towards healing people's and help towards their salvation. Okay, um, so when you do things like that, your light is shining in the world. Your light is shining in the darkness. Okay, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. So you will be remembered, whether if people want to hate you or not. You still gonna be remembered for your good deeds. So It says, the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. So, in short, again, this is meaning that when you follow the ways of the Lord, you will be remembered for Christ's namesake. You will be remembered for the good word that you spread, for the love that you shed abroad, for the hope that you gave people, for the correction that you gave people. You might win some, you might lose some. People may hate you, people will like you. At the same time, you're not here for anybody to like you. You're here to do the work of the Lord. So that's why the message is today: marvel not that the world hates you, because you might be hated. Christ was hated, and all he did was try to show people love. Not all, everything that he did was to show people love, to show people kindness, to show people truth. But men love darkness, so they hated the light. He was the light of the world, the light of life. So just know that you might be hated because you're shedding light, and some people want to live in their darkness. When you're showing people their darkness and their sin, and you're telling them the truth, they don't want to hear that, because now they have to be accountable for that wickedness that they're walking in. And now every time they see you, they got to remember, dang, I have the opportunity to live right, but I'm choosing to still live in darkness. I know to do right now because this truth was told to me, but I still want to walk in darkness. So every time they see you, you're like a mirror to them, and they don't like that mirror. They wanna see the mirror with all the fog on it after you get out the shower, because it helps to cover up the blemishes on their spiritual darkness. So the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. So when you're wicked and you don't do nothing good for the world, you're not leaving a legacy of goodness. You're leaving a legacy of just evil. You're leaving a legacy of what did you do for the world? You know, as as people in general, we must remember who do you want to be remembered as? Do you want to be remembered as somebody who brought people down, who talked negative about people, who lied on people, who talked about people? Do you want to be a person remembered for that? Or do you want to be a person remembered for goodness, shedding light, loving people, giving to people, giving people hope, seeing your brother hurting and picking him up? You know, like, what do you want to be remembered for? So that's the question that you got to ask yourself. Because it says clearly in Proverbs 10:7 that the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. So as we talked about before, um, what is it called? What's the word that says about the if man builds his house, he labors in vain. But if God builds the house, like it's talked about that some people are building their own houses, and it's in vain. It's no purpose to it, because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when this world passes away, it's only two places you're going. If you build the house of the Lord and you help to bring souls to Christ, then you will be remembered. If all you did was labor in vain for that house, and all you did was got wealth, you know, and didn't think about the poor, you know, didn't give to people, didn't love on people, you're gonna be remembered for that, whether if you're rich or not. People know people. Oh, well, yeah, he was rich, but like the rich man and the rich man story. Uh, he was remembered for his wealth, but he was in hell, scorching in flames because of his unrighteousness. So, do you want to be rich and be remembered as a wicked man, or do you want to be humble and possibly still become rich, but remembered for the blessings that you sent to people, for the blessings that you gave to people? So, that's just a quick word for someone tonight. Is that, again, Proverbs 10:7, the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. Who do you choose? Who do you want to serve? You gotta choose if you're gonna choose if you're gonna do blessing or cursing. What do you want to do? Do you want to leave a legacy of hope and kindness and love, or do you want to leave a legacy of pain and riches and glorifying yourself in vainglory. That's not bringing nothing to the world but darkness, more darkness. And so you have that choice. We all have that choice. We all have that free will choice to make. And I just pray that everybody decide before it's too late. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. There was something else that I wanted to mention too. About, okay. Uh-oh. God bless.